Welcome to Scottsdale, babes.
Hey, I just got a like on Hinge. Wait, are we really doing it?
No.
I was like, oh.
So it's been since 2020 that we've wanted to do a podcast,
This is true.
and we're finally doing it.
In 2023.
2023. July of 2023, we finally decided to lug all of our equipment and get started. So, hello everybody. Welcome to Scottsdale, babes. Welcome to the Valley. For anybody who is new here, which will be all of you, my name is Mackenzie. I was born and raised in Cave Creek, Arizona. Was homeschooled until 7th grade and went to Cactus Shadows High School. And Talia was my first friend when I started going to school. So,
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
It's like a throwback, what, 7th grade?
yeah.
We've been best friends since 7th grade.
7th grade. She wore these really sassy pink glasses and blue eyeshadow. And I remember my first day of school, I was wearing those ugly frilly socks with black, like, flats that were shiny.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No, I remember my mom being like, okay, so you have to wear a uniform to school. And I was like, okay, in all of these movies that I've seen growing up, every kid wore, like, the pleated skirt and, like, the frilly socks and the black shoes.
Okay.
So that's the kind of vibe that I was going for.
I was not going for that vibe.
No.
I looked like David Bowie with glasses on.
Think Hannah Montana era. Like, the floppy hat, the sparkly scarf.
Oh, yeah, I wore, like, that little knitted hat thing. It was white. And then I had a bunch of bulk rings. Remember the rings I had?
Oh, my God. I just remember the sound of you doing anything, touching your hair. You were, like, jingling.
Yeah, I still do to this day. Like, I have to have something loud. But I had very loud, bulky rings. There were, like, flowers and, like, different shaped things.
Oh God, yeah. And
she
was honestly a style icon.
I remember when I won most fashionable and that was in our yearbook.
Yeah, that was
Throwback.
beautiful. Throwback.
Major
oh my God.
throwback.
Yeah, so that was when we were 12 and we're 26 and 25 now. So
Who's 25? I'm 26.
You're welcome.
I was like, well, wait a minute, that can't be right.
You don't age, girl.
Thank you. I'm really trying not to. Like, 2020 through 2023 has aged me mentally, but I'm trying to, like, still wear sunscreen and everything. Please, wherever you live, wear SPF.
Yes.
Be good to your skin.
Speaking of SPF, right now, it is 107 outside. It's hot. I might not look like that right now because I'm wearing a hoodie. Tally keeps it very, very cold in her apartment, so I'm always freezing when I'm here, which I love. Thank you.
I need to have it cold. Like, it's the perfect temperature.
How's
for
your
my
electricity
soul.
bill?
I mean, it's not. I actually have it.
Oh my God, no way.
We can go over it because I'm actually trying to get a hold of them.
Oh my God, APS.
They've been giving me a hard time, and I'm trying to, like, it's adulting, you guys.
It really is.
Just don't turn, when you turn 25, just don't turn 26. That's my only advice.
Yeah,
just don't grow up.
Yeah, I was obsessed with my birthday when I was younger. I was like, my mom would make the, like, little paper rings, and I would tear one off every day as I got closer to my birthday.
Aww.
Because I would talk about my birthday all year round. And my mom was like, okay, you cannot speak about it until 30 days before your birthday. And I was on it. My mom was making those for me for a couple years, and then she stopped, and I was like, ma'am. Susan.
Just a reminder.
Speaking of Susan, since she's probably the only one listening to this podcast right now, shout out Susan. Hi, Susie. We'll tell you a little bit about ourselves. Let's introduce ourselves to the beautiful people out there. Do you want to go first?
Sure. So, my name is Talia. I am from Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, born and raised. I grew up and went to school with Kenzie, and we have known each other since 7th grade, as we talked about, kind of, like, brushed on briefly. Yeah, it was just, like, crazy. I feel bad because I don't remember exactly, like what we said when we first met each other.
No.
When we were in school, we just, like, naturally became friends, and, like, one day we were like, you want to be my best friend?
Yeah, basically.
And then we just, like, became best friends. But some fun facts about me. I am a 5-time international best-selling author. I have been published in 5 different books, and they've all been best publishers. So, like, round of applause to that. I also,
she's a dog mom.
Yeah, I'm a full-time dog mom. Full-time.
Yeah.
My little dog, Bowser, he's a mini Schnauzer.
Bowser the Schnauzer.
Bowser the Schnauzer. He really does live up to the Mario character Bowser. So it's like, it's perfectly fitting that his name is Bowser. When Kenzie and I became of age, we started going to our favorite karaoke bar. And we both wanted to share our favorite karaoke songs. Would you like to start singing?
Oh, God.
We don't have to do that on this episode. Anyway, my favorite karaoke song is Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
What is yours?
My go-to is When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She does a fantastic cover of When I Was Your Man. Like,
you.
she had the last time you sang that, do you know
Which
that
is
guy?
every single time.
But, like, a few weekends ago when we went, that guy at the end of the bar was like, I didn't know she could sing. And he, like, bought a shot just for you, but, like, all of us had sang first, and, like, he didn't buy, like, anyone else a shot. And I was like, okay, fine. I just think she's the best singer then. I mean...
I mean, it does help. I mean, I don't know if it's helping...
some liquid courage.
No, I mean, I'm sure it helps that I'm, like, actually a singer. That probably is a little bit of a boost. A little bit of a
feel bad
there.
for whoever goes after you, though. They're like,
jeez.
I have stage fright.
Thanks. No, yeah, so my go-to is either When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars or even... When I Look at You by Miley Cyrus.
I was gonna say the Miley one really tears girls up when we're at the bar. Because I'll see him get up and be like, I love this song! And they get up. And they start singing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she really, like, hit their heart somehow.
You know, I just love me some drunk girls. I love that drunk girl energy. You're just supported, and they're just, like...
They're just, like, we're all, like, there for a good time.
They're woman-loving woman energy.
Yes, we love women supporting women.
We do, we do. So you are an author, and you write really awesome self-help books. I love some good mental health content, because I was also diagnosed at 15 years old with bipolar disorder. And then as a full-blown adult at 18, I got diagnosed with ADHD. So
turning 18 was fun.
Oh, God. Don't even get me started. But, yeah, so I'm a singer-songwriter, actually based here in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Cave Creek area. I have one song out currently. It's called West Coast. She's fun. She's a vibe. That's all you know? Such a fan.
Well, I can't remember, like, at this moment in time.
You know, if you asked me to sing it right now, I probably couldn't either.
Yeah.
But we do love her.
Know your own song.
We do love her. She's a lot of fun.
I couldn't even recite, like, a chapter about anything I've written right now either, so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, so Johnny, hi Johnny, miss you. He's in Texas right now on tour.
Oh, yes.
He is.
Oh.
Johnny is my producer, and he is he's just insanely talented. This man can play any instrument you put in his hands. And he's a brilliant producer. And so he's actually like, Mackenzie, get your shit together and get something out. I'm like, okay, fine. So I have a couple songs in the works, but as any fellow songwriters probably can relate, even, I'm sure, authors.
Oh, I thought you'd be like, even singers, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you want my opinion? I am a singer.
I can start songs like nobody's business, and I can get through maybe the first chorus and then be like, all right, I'm bored of it, let's move on. Or I just get stuck in a rut of it, like, oh my God, that was so good. I can't write the rest of the song to that same level. So that's one of my struggles as far as like being a singer-songwriter. I'm also, as my paid job, I'm a travel agent. I'm a travel advisor. I specialize in destination weddings, which is a lot of fun. Love my brides out there.
Shout out to her brides.
And then I actually work for my mom. Susie's getting a lot of shout outs.
Be sure to follow at Susan's Travel Services.
Susan's Travel Services. Luxury travel at your fingertips.
Susan also has a podcast if you want to go check that one out as well.
This is not a paid sponsorship.
Please sponsor us, Susan.
She's like, I already pay her bills.
But can you sponsor our podcast?
She'll be like, fuck no. Wait. I totally forgot. Going back to music. Talia is the biggest Gaga stan you will ever meet in your life. We actually have a fun statistic pulled up here. So her Spotify Wrapped of 2022. Why don't you wear this badge with pride?
I never can, but it says that I spent 15,772 minutes listening to Lady Gaga's music.
Was that from the beginning of...
That was, from the beginning of 22 till the end.
And you listened to
year.
Between May 6th.
Oh, yeah. Between May 6th and December 6th, I listened to the Top Gun Hold My Hand, Hold My Hand, 758 times. On average,
we did the math, it was like 3.6 times per day.
Yep. And that's, still an accurate number, I think.
As far as fans go, okay, my iPhone, if you're, the name of my iPhone, you know how you can, name it. By default, it'll be Mackenzie's iPhone or Talia's iPhone. Mine's Justin Bieber's second wife. So I'm a Bieber girl. I'm a believer.
A believer.
I have been since 8th grade.
I had to watch her through her whole believer phase. The snapbacks, the fucking...
Oh, no. I had a serious snapback phase through high school, too. It just carried on.
Baby, baby. I was like, baby, no! Because she just, she was so obsessed with Justin Bieber, and I was like, I just feel like he's setting you up for something and you're gonna be disappointed in a few years, and am I a magician?
So what? I don't know what you're talking about, actually.
He's retired, and Hailey Bieber, we're not gonna bring tea here, are we? I don't know. But they're just not a good thing, and
it's giving Justin Bieber's second wife. That's what it's giving. Just kidding.
We should probably pose for the thumbnail for drama channels when they start exposing us. Ready? This new podcast by these two girls, Scottsdale Babes with Talia and Mackenzie Green.
Okay, so Talia, for as long as I have known her, has always been insanely boy crazy, and there's so many stories that we could get into. However, she is currently in the dating pool. So she is on dating apps because it's 2023, and that's apparently how all of this stuff happens. I am not in the dating app world. I'm not in the dating pool. I actually have a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend of almost 8 years. And I actually met him on Tinder.
Which I sometimes am like, how the fuck did they meet on Tinder? Because Tinder is kind of like the toilet of social media or of dating apps, It's so
It's the 27th Ave Indian School of dating apps.
I'd agree. You heard it here on Scottsdale Babes.
So we have a segment that we like to call Off the Hinge. And we're going to go through these dating profiles and decide whether or not they're red flags, green flags, or beige flags. And you get to come on this journey with us. So whether or not you're currently dating, whether you're married, single, want to be in a relationship, situationships, whatever, you get to go on this journey with us. So we're going to start here. Now this lovely specimen, this is Cody. He's 28. He likes White Claws. So in this photo, let's just describe this right now. He's wearing a trucker hat. He's got a gray t-shirt, jeans.
Extremely clean jeans.
Extremely clean.
My jeans aren't even that clean.
Yeah, they're extremely clean.
I'm like, did he just wash these jeans for the picture? And
yeah. Who took this picture?
I don't know, but I just noticed he has a Trojan above his head. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Trojan?
All right.
So he's promoting safe sex.
Hopefully. Well, it would seem so, because this is his opening line, his bio on Tinder. I'll make your whole week. You'll make my whole week.
It's not a riddle. Just think about the spelling.
Cody, okay. I need to know, does this work for you? Do women actually come up into your DMs and are like, I want you right now?
Do you have WAP in your DMs about this I'll make your whole week thing? Like, for real, dude? There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, not a chance, not a chance.
It's just...
It's a red flag.
Everything about it from his name is a red flag. He's spelling his name Cody with a K.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily his fault. Okay,
it's like the Kardashians. Khloe with a K. Kourtney with a K. Kim with a K.
He's the missing
Cody
Kardashian.
He's one of them that ran off.
Yeah,
Cody Kardashian.
Kris Jenner, come get your kid.
Kim Kardashian.
Okay, so Cody, I'm sorry, you're getting a thumbs down from us. You're getting a red flag from us.
Sorry,
man.
if
that's what you're going for and it's working for you, by all means, but...
You're not making our whole week.
Jesus. Okay, so next up we have Mr. Neil. Okay, off the bat, beautiful smile. And he's a dentist. Look at his shirt. It's a Scrubs.
It's like something MDD, something DDS or whatever.
Well, it's Neil.
Oh, yeah.
So his life goal is to find a girl who brush and floss 2 times a day.
Neil, I don't even brush twice. I don't even floss twice a day. Honestly, sometimes I'm lucky if I do brush once and twice a day. Like,
so Neil looks very approachable. He's got a great smile. He's got a pose of confidence. But your life goal is to find a lady with good oral hygiene. Your life goal. That's a great dating goal. A life goal, though? Neil.
What are you doing?
You're giving approachable.
When I sent this to you, what did you say, like, your dad's life goal was? And I was like, this guy's life goal is to find a girl who brushes their teeth. And you were like, my dad's life goal is to, like, climb Mount Everest.
Oh, yeah, my dad's life goal is to, he has a lot of life goals, but one of them right now is to hike to the base of Everest.
Is any of them to find anyone who flushes twice a day?
But, Neil...
It's not a life goal.
Okay, here's the thing. That's attainable as a whole life goal. Neil, you're setting the bar too low.
You need to, like...
You could find that today.
Yeah, especially in Scottsdale.
But Neil, find a better life goal.
For real.
Yeah.
For real, Neil.
All right, Neil, you're not getting a green flag or a red flag. I don't know enough about you on here. You're getting a beige flag because you're not giving threatening. But find better goals.
For real.
Damien. All right, Damien.
Oh, my fellow artiste friend.
You can go ahead and read this one.
Damien is looking for an artiste. He is 28 and he's wearing a hat backward, which usually gives red flag.
Thanks.
Sorry, not a diss at you and 13-year-old you, but the fact that he's just wearing his hat back the way that he is, he knows he's not supposed to do it. And his bio says, I hope you're a painter and can turn my red flags green. So the fact that he wants me to take my creative artistic abilities and paint his problems into perfection cannot happen.
It's giving he wants a mommy.
Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Damien, you know what you should hope for rather than a painter? A therapist who's affordable.
Yeah.
That's what you should be looking for.
Stop looking around at art, bro. Get yourself a therapist.
It's a common thing for everybody to say that, there's a specific type of girl who's going to put, you got to learn how to live with my attitude, or I'm a girl who has an attitude and you better keep up, blah, blah, blah. That's not fucking cute. Mm-mm. Damien, this is also not fucking cute. Anybody out there who's in the dating pool, please, please, please do yourself a favor. do not just come out there and talk about how you've got all these red flags and think that it's cute and quirky. It
is not cute.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
You owned up to it. That's all I can say is that you owned up to the fact that you have a red flag. The red flag in that as well is it is not our job to fix you. Go to therapy.
Could have said it better, girl.
So, Damien, red flag.
That was like a TED Talk.
That was a TED Talk. Okay, now here's the next one. This is Josh. Now,
he does have a cute dog.
I'll preface this by saying the reason that I don't like this is it's way too in my face. It's giving argumentative. So,
yeah.
He's moved from Michigan to Georgia to Arizona, which is fine. That's not a red flag, not necessarily off the bat. This is where I'm like, ooh. So, gun-toting, freedom-loving American, dog father of 2, avid outdoorsman and nerd, hardworking and loyal.
I like the dog father of 2.
That's fine. Avid outdoorsman and nerd. We love a good nerd. Hardworking and loyal, of course.
It's the gun-toting and freedom-loving American for me.
It's giving my entire personality as being an American. USA! USA! USA!
USA!
And then it's, if you don't want anything serious, please move along. I don't have dreams, I have goals. I want a little family someday, and then the rock on emoji.
And that is just so sad that he has no dreams, just goals. Just goals in life.
Yeah.
He doesn't dream of anything.
It's giving I have no empathy.
I don't give a fuck, USA.
I don't know, it's just giving you don't seem like you have any patience. That's what I'm getting from this. Off the bat, if I'm looking at this dating, you don't have any patience. It's your way or the highway.
Yeah.
And you're willing to argue that point. You're willing to argue that you're right.
And I can actually, like, confirm this because look at the picture of him and his dog. He looks like he's already, like,
he's fighting his dog.
He's like, damn dog! Because the dog's, like, pushing him in the water, trying to drown him, and he's like, stop it! So it's kind of funny.
I'm giving Josh a red flag for that simply.
Yeah.
Now,
Josh
that's just personal preference, though.
No, I agree with it. I don't need, like, an argumentative person. Like, I see all the time on every single dating app, they'll be like, whether you're vaxxed or unvaxxed.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't
want the first question you ask me to be, who did you vote for?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, we could, like, have, like, hi, my name's Talia. What's your name? Like,
this is giving, ooh, I'm scared of you.
His dog's cute, though. But, Josh, you're just not the fit.
Sorry, Josh.
Just not the fit.
Now we're going to move on to Lincoln. Lincoln has a great smile. Looks very approachable.
He looks like he enjoys ramen and what looks like a side salad.
Okay, so Lincoln is going back to school for his PhD at the UA. He's a student/Spanish instructor. He is fluent in Spanish and procrastinating. Now, I think that that's pretty creative and clever. I think that was well written.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give him that.
Now, this is the part that made me chuckle. Because she let me go through all of her dating apps, and I got to screenshot which ones I wanted to use. But if you're my student, don't swipe with a laughing emoji. Mind your business.
Mind your business. I mean, he is just looking for his person. I mean, I'm sure it's happened before with his students.
Oh,
That's
God.
awkward.
But, and then it goes on to say, I'll probably have my PhD before my driver's license.
Ooh.
But hear him out. But I plan on moving to a city, domestic or international, that actually has a good public transit system. Ours here, obviously, side note, sucks.
They're really bad.
So, he says, so I do like to travel, but I'd prefer to be upfront about it. Okay, so at first, the driver's license thing is like, at that point, it's kind of personal preference of, does that weird you out?
I would have swiped really fast if I had not, like, read the rest of it.
Okay. So at that point, it's kind of personal preference of, like, does that give you the ick? Or does reading through it be like, okay, so, like, does he care about the environment? Is that why he doesn't have a driver's license? But also the green flag is he literally just said he'd prefer to be upfront about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hide that. He's not ashamed of it.
And honestly, I think it's cool because it shows, like, he travels and he doesn't need, like, he relies on transportation with traveling, so...
Yeah. So you know what? Lincoln is the only one I've given a green flag to so far.
So
green
far,
flag.
he's winning a green flag. Like, go Lincoln. You were doing great.
Yeah. So we now, after we've finished all of this, we now have to crown the Hinge King of Cringe.
Wah, wah.
Now, drum roll.
Who's gonna be?
I'm giving it to Josh.
I was thinking Josh too.
Josh. Yep. I said, Josh. I don't need to be asked who I'm voting for is like one of the first couple questions.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's giving argumentative. It's giving. Don't have time for that.
Also, don't fight with your dog.
Because here's the thing, I don't care who you voted for the most part.
Yeah, same. I'm like, I don't really care to like get into politics. Like usually, like the first date or even
that's
like the
just
first
a red flag
text.
In general.
Yeah. Like the first text should not be about that.
But I'm going to crown our king of Hinge, Lincoln.
Lincoln wins. He has good taste in ramen.
Yes.
I actually got a dinner with him.
Yeah, me too.
I'd consider it.
Congratulations, Lincoln.
Good job,
we love you, Lincoln.
We're proud of you.
He gets the Scottsdale Babes of Approval stamp.
Scottsdale Babes approved.
Yeah.
He's like, on his profile, he's like, I've been approved by Scottsdale Babes.
So, curiosities of the month. It's kind of like our obsessions of the month. TikTok, media, anything that we've been kind of like obsessively watching, looking at, looking into,
Like music we've been listening to, shows we've been watching.
So for me, my weird curiosity of the month, obsession of the month, it's morbid. Shipwrecks, cruise ship disasters, that kind of thing.
Was this all inspired by the summer?
Inspired, no. Rabbit hole, yes.
Okay, makes sense.
So, for example, have you heard of the Costa Concordia?
No. Oh, this sounds like a horror story.
So it was part of the Carnival Cruise Line fleet, sort of.
Okay.
Parent company, basically. And so on January 13th, 2012, the Costa Concordia was doing like a salute to an island, which is basically where they kind of go like a little bit closer to the island to give everybody on the ship like a view of it. They can look at it from afar, but like with more detail. Now, this is a maneuver that they've done many times. So they would swing in a little bit closer to the island and then continue on their journey. Okay. Again, it's something that they've done multiple times. It was pretty routine. Well, this time, the, like, angle that they went at was way wider than normal, and so it came too close and came up on the rocks and straight up pulled a Titanic and, like, ripped the bottom apart. And it started to capsize.
I'm shook.
Okay. So it started to capsize, but the captain was smart enough to get it to the rocks so that it would rest on the rocks and not it wouldn't sink like entirely.
Oh.
Now
he thought ahead.
Yeah.
More than these guys did on their dating apps.
The tea about this, there's a little bit of tea in there. Supposedly the captain had his mistress on the ship, and they're saying that there's a possibility that he could have tried to have it go closer to impress her, because he was out there with her looking at the island.
He wasn't even like thinking about saving himself and the other people on the boat. He was just like,
well, here's the thing. What happened was that it's like procedure that the captain actually goes down with the ship. They're supposed to be the last one to get off.
Yes.
Well, he got off with her, and he was getting yelled at by the Coast Guard to be like, get back on that ship. Like, you got people that are drowning. And he's like, well, I'm standing on land to help with a rescue mission. He goes, what the hell? You have people on there. You need to get them off.
In other words, he's being a little bitch.
Yeah. It was just awful. And so unfortunately, there were 64 injuries and 32 deaths.
Wow.
There were bodies found in the elevators. Like, it was not...
It was literally like the Titanic, but the captain was just really horny. Essentially, he was like, I'm going to show off to my girl right now.
Yeah. But, yeah, so there were 64 injuries, 32 deaths, and the ship was deemed a total loss. You should look up the pictures because they are eerie.
Cryptic,
they are so eerie. And this happened in 2012.
I'm going to check this out.
But they were able to get the pictures of it after it had been pulled out of the water because they were able to basically get, like, giant floaties on each side of the ship, get it to float upright again, and then they towed it to be demolished.
Oh.
And, like, taken apart, dismantled, whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, though.
Well, yeah, and then the funny thing is I'm a travel advisor, so I'm, like, sitting here going, oh my god, I never want to go on a cruise ship again. But my, like, my realistic, like, logical side of my travel advisor brain is like, okay, this is so rare. This, like, it's more likely that you're going to get struck by lightning.
This is true.
So, yeah, it's just, an accident like this is...
very unlikely to ever happen.
It's extremely unlikely, yeah. But then another thing that I've been looking at, too, is, do you know what the Drake Passage is?
No.
So it's the area of, like, ocean between the tip of South America and Antarctica.
Okay.
And it is one of the most dangerous passages to travel through.
Oh.
It's named after the guy who was the first to, like, actually go through it.
Wow.
But it's the only way to get down to Antarctica. So, like, if people are going on an Arctic cruise, or an Antarctic cruise, they have to go through there. The images are so scary. The ship is, like, going back and forth violently.
Weren't your parents just gonna do this?
Not that one specifically.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
No, but there's, like, literally barf bags laid out all, like, aesthetically pleasingly throughout the ship because people get so sick. And it's, like, a whole day and a half.
Oh, of just being sick like that and rocking back and forth.
Like, straight up, the horizon, like, disappears. Yeah.
Whoa.
So, yeah, that's awful. And I also have severe emetophobia, so you will never catch me on a cruise like that, because if there's any chance, like, I can't sit on airplanes next to somebody because I'm terrified that they're going to puke. So I have this, like, anxiety, like, constantly, like, anywhere that somebody's going to, like, puke on me or something like that, or just in my vicinity. So, yeah, you will not catch me on a ship that's doing that because, like, again,
it's just not the vibe.
Oh my god, I'd be locked in my room.
And everyone would be, like, throwing up, and that's just not... That does not sound like a good vacation.
No.
So, like, I would not be down.
So, what about you?
I'm currently obsessed with rewatching Breaking Bad.
It's a great show.
I've noticed every time... So, for anyone who likes to rewatch shows, I've heard that, like, that's, like, a comforting thing for people with mental illness, is the repetition. But I just always find such cleverness and creativity in that show because... First of all, when I watch it, it's always in, like, a different time of, like, not just, like, my life, but, like, it's a completely different time than when Breaking Bad first came out.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I don't think they would have gotten away with as much, even though this is, like, you know, not a real show, but it was, they wouldn't have gotten away with as much today as they did back then.
Yeah.
Because they had, like, disposable phones, not everything was tracked, like, iPhones weren't even a thing.
Yeah.
It was just a different time. And so it's just, I love watching that show, and I'm obsessed with it. I will always rewatch it till the end, and I think it's set the standard for all series and marathons and shows.
It's good. I just watched it for the first time, like, I think we were watching it this...
Oh, you just saw it for the first time?
Yeah, we just finished it, like, a couple months ago. It was so good. I really loved it.
Wasn't it amazing? Like, the ending, like, have you shook where you're like...
I was like, what the hell? This is the last... What?
Mm-hmm.
So
the whole show, like, flies past. And you're like, oh, I'm on the 4th season already?
Yeah. So we need to watch...
Wednesday.
we need to watch, what is it called? El Camino, and then Better Call Saul.
You could watch Better Call Saul first, because that's the prequel to Breaking Bad.
Oh,
it comes before Breaking Bad, and then Breaking Bad comes out, and then it's El Camino.
Oh,
so definitely
sweet.
check those out.
We'll have to do that, yeah.
Definitely check them out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, anything planned for the next week and a half?
Will Bowser's getting groomed?
Nice.
I gotta go see our lash lady. Pay a
Carla!
visit to Carla.
Yeah.
We see the same lash lady.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Carla. She's the best. I'm gonna look for a yoga studio this next week that I can go to.
Nice.
And do hot yoga and, yeah, just Scottsdale things.
Love it.
I have to get my oat milk chai before I go to yoga, and that's gonna be it, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have too much. I'm working. I'm getting back into the gym because I was in Mexico, like, twice within 1 month. And that really threw me off of my gym grind. So she's looking a little fluffy right now.
No.
But yeah, so I actually worked out with Carla the other day, and my legs are still sore.
So she's probably sore too.
Probably. But yeah, well, up until
He sneezed. Bowser, that was rude. You sneezed on her.
but yeah, so this was fun.
This was so much fun.
This was a lot of fun.
Thank you guys so much for tuning
Thank
in to
you
our
for
first
watching.
episode.
Yeah.
We did it.
Scottsdale
Come
Babes
back.
Podcast. Welcome to the Valley. We'll see you in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And
I'll be back with my oat chai.
yeah. Oh, we're also taking listener submissions.
Yes.
For any of your off the hinge stories, crazy dating stories, profiles that are just too insane for people not to see. Worst pickup lines.
Send your cringiest dating profiles that you've seen.
Yeah.
Because we want to see them and we want to talk about it on our podcast.
We want to hear about your bad first dates, all of that. All that good shit.
All that tea.
Yeah. But thanks so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on Instagram at Scottsdale Babes Pod. Facebook is at Scottsdale Babes. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, we're Scottsdale Babes Podcast.
Hey, I just got a like on Hinge. Yeah. He has a podcast too, doesn't he? He's like, I'm doing my own podcast.
Oh my god. All right, well, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.